Danny, could you speak to our audience about the difference between passive investment
Sure.
and investing where it is not passive, meaning fix and flips, investing in homes, wholesaling, and things of that nature? Because I think sometimes people might not necessarily understand the difference.
Well, two ways I look at it. Fixing and flipping, of course, yeah, you can buy a property, flip it, and make $30,000-$40,000 on it. Sometimes even more. I think they say the average flip is like $60K, what some people make.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's one hit or quitter.
Yeah.
Right.
You make that money, you got to move on to the next one. There are other ways, such as buy and hold, or you can do what we call private lending. A lot of people are not aware of what private lending is, and I have a handbook on private lending. If you go to my website, it's a free handbook.
Yeah.
I show people exactly how to do private lending, whether it's investing in a fund or whether or not you do it on your own or you do onesies.
Yeah.
And private lending is passive, it's predictable. It's basically you being a bank. You loaning money on a property that either an investor wants to buy or a homeowner wants to buy, and you do exactly what the bank does. You collect the interest. The thing is, you have control.
Yeah.
You can charge. So while you're sleeping at night, your money is earning money,
no doubt.
and that's passive income.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because there's so many individuals who would like to invest in the real estate space, but feel as if I don't have a construction background. I don't know anything about design. I don't know anything about how to find a contractor, which makes them stay on the sideline. Whereas if they knew about more of a passive way to invest, they would actually
go to a
get
mortgage
involved
company
in
and
it.
just make sure that they structured. So you don't have to necessarily go to a fund. You can say, look, I've worked 30 years in my 401k. I have an extra $100,000 that I want to just get a better return on it.
Yeah.
Because my 401k is only paying me 3-4%.
Yeah.
So if I can get 10% on $100,000 out of my fund, out of my 401k, let me pull it out.
Yeah.
Let me put it into a property. There's a lot of real estate investors who need private lending,
No doubt
who
about
need
it. Yeah.
private investors to loan so they can use the property for 3 months, fix it up, and turn around and sell it.
So, yeah.
Why not allow them to use your funds? You can earn 10%. The going rate right now is 10%.
Yeah.
So you get 10% return on your money, as opposed to if
Quick
it's sitting
turnaround.
in the bank, you getting what, less than 1%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No doubt.
You
The
know?
math is easy.
But
man.
the math is so concrete and makes so much sense that me and Larry discussed this a lot. Is that the only thing that's keeping people from doing this is just the lack of knowledge. The lack of
Right.
inclusion,
Right.
the lack of who to go to,
Right.
to who can provide this
energy
service.
about it. And I think sometimes it just floats over a lot of people's head when they discuss it because they really don't get it and they don't know how to connect the two.
Right.
And so just sitting there talking to you about it, I'm like, it's easy mathematics. It just makes sense.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's just look at it like this: private lending. You can either do it on your own, or you can do it through a fund.
Yep.
Okay. You can do onesies and twosies. You can promote yourself out there and say, look, if you need money to buy real estate, you want to buy a $50,000 home, and you have it in your bank account, you can help that investor or that person by loaning them that money, just like the bank. They're going to put a mortgage. You make sure that they close at a title company.
Yeah.
You make sure they have insurance on it. You make sure you get a title policy
Yeah.
to protect yourself. They may use your money for only 6 months. They may fix it up, flip it. You can also negotiate part of the profits in the deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you can say, look, I don't have time to look for people. I don't have time to do all of that. I have a good job, but I make good money, and I have an investment, and I want to pull that investment out and make better returns on my money. Then you put your money into a fund where you have a manager like myself who is an expert in real estate, who know where the deals are, who know how to go get deals, who know how to structure deals, and you work with individuals like myself.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, because I always explain to a lot of the clients that I work with is that, especially in investing, you want to work smart, not hard.
Correct.
And if you aren't versed in certain aspects of real estate investment, it would only behoove you to work with a manager with experience in that arena and invest with like-minded people because it helps to
Download that
alleviate the fear of
It talks about private lending. It talks about how you can utilize your funds and put it either with a manager, a fund manager, or how actually private lending works.
Yeah.
And private lending is exactly what it says. This is you as an individual loan or take your money and loan it on properties.
Yeah.
And my suggestion would be properties because they're more secure.
No doubt.
You can go put your hands on it.
Absolutely.
You know, and you try to limit yourself in terms of if a property's worth $100,000 and you have, you know, 100,000, you don't loan 100,000 on it, you loan 70,000 on it. Because if it's worth 100, you have that difference,
cushion,
that
no doubt,
cushion in
yeah.
there. So if
Yeah.
push come to shove, all falls apart, you can always go get the property. You know, you can sell it at 70,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
If it's worth 100.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So your risk is very minimal. It's predictable. Once you set up a mortgage on a property from your investment, you know every month
Yeah.
you're going to collect
Absolutely.
at that interest rate.